Jewel.
Santana.
Right.
I forgot about that part, but that's hilarious. You recording? Oh, we're now recording. Yeah, we are live. And so you know how this goes. Got to drop the links and stuff and get all that playback. So happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the first edition of the Liner Notes Live, episode 7, but episode number 1 of 2021. Gentlemen, we made it.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know where we made it.
It doesn't feel like we did.
Not at all. I mean, we survived, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we did.
Yeah. Well, as you guys know, if you ever watched us in this first minute, we're sharing our links everywhere. So, come on into the room and make yourselves at home because I'm not going to do the official intro. So I finish these links and get all the other stuff out of the way. So,
right.
Yeah.
Let me get that for
Trying
you.
to do the same thing myself.
Freaking tired.
I got you.
Get up in here.
Oh man, it's already been quite a new year.
Only a couple of days in, man.
Only a couple days in.
What's happening? Motherfucking New Year's.
Mostly the same thing, which is a problem.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, I think we'll dive into it.
Yeah, hey, don't give away the content in the front end yet. Just yet.
All right, link is disseminated.
Nice. Motherfucking Al. What is up with your camera? That's the worst, best intro of all time. What's up, Nas?
Oh shit.
Killing God.
You know what I'm saying? Because people can't. It's like, all right.
They can't.
They can't, but I just didn't feel like that was a accurate representation of what they could do. That song was like not the best representation of that. So
Nah.
Funny. All right, I shared it in one spot.
And then the Firm, it's like they're just not a good mix.
Oh, there we go. Mute it. There we go. Not, but is that representation not accurate because of Core Mega or because of nature?
I don't know. I mean, the whole thing just didn't work.
So then, just that whole album or them as a group, you don't think worked?
I would say the album. I mean, the first time that I kind of got a public introduction and glimpse at them, it was on Affirmative Action.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and I thought that shit was gonna work. And then you hear that Dre is behind everything. You know what I mean? As far as like his that was on Aftermath, wasn't it?
What the
Firm album?
No, I don't believe so. I mean,
but anyway, so he had their backing. They had his backing rather, and then I don't think it had anything to do with the.
Oh shit! It was
that's what I thought.
It wasn't Aftermath.
What was it? Interscope / Aftermath or both?
I think so.
Was it both?
Well, I mean, Aftermath is under Interscope, so
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It just didn't work. I know we're here to talk about Nas. Let's give him flowers because that Firm shit was trash.
Of course, that's my dude, man. All right, we got links shared everywhere. Al, you good?
I think so. Trying to join the chat on the Facebook page.
We'll give you a second because it always does that. You hear the playback for a second.
What up, Jewel?
Jewel, what up, Jewel? Hey, Jewel, take your mic off mute, man, so we can talk to you.
Yeah, you guys struggle to win the division. How about that?
Oh, he's got nothing to say about that, man.
I think he's still hungover.
Yeah, I think he might be
still hungover from bringing in 2021.
Yeah. All right, well, while we get this wrangled in, we got a few more people coming into the chat. So I'll officially do the intro. Welcome again to the Liner Notes Live, episode 7. We're here to talk about Nas. It Was Written. This is the sister episode to our podcast that drops every Wednesday. So this past Wednesday, we dropped the It Was Written podcast. So that's available on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can download podcasts except for SoundCloud. So make sure you check those episodes first. That's kind of the goal of the show again, is to get you to listen to the podcast first, then join us here for discussion. Or if you haven't listened to the podcast and you hear us talk about it here, it's like, the fuck are they talking about? Well, go back and listen to the episode. So that's why we're here. And you can put, faces to names and all that good stuff. So as you can see, I'm A-Quil, always joined by the esteemed Survival. What's going on with you, man? Bang, bang. And of course, joined by, I'm going to say illustrious. I don't know if that works. Maybe it does. I don't know. Illustrious Alibi, White Castle's Alibi.
That's me, Dub C.
Dub C. We're going to get into that in a second. And of course, join. Oh, damn, no sponsors. I didn't say that. And of course, joined by our colleague Joel, aka Jewel. You gotta listen to the episode to know he finally got a nickname. He's Jewel. What up, Jewel? But I think he needs to take his mic off of mute again. Take your mic off of mute, Jewel. So anyway, welcome to the episode. We're gonna talk about some Nas here before we get into the album, gentlemen. Like we said, this is the first episode of the New Year's. So how was your actual New Year's Eve? Like, how was it? What'd you do? All that good stuff. Who wants to start?
It was good. I mean, we just kind of laid low. Ain't too much else to do. I'm trying to stay Roni free, so I was in the house and eating and drinking. What else can you do?
Word.
Pandemic
free
life.
Rona free and sucker free, right?
That's right.
Survival. How about you, man?
Pretty much.
It was cool. It was just another day. Same routine, with my daughter. I think my wife and I made a couple of decent cocktails. I think I made pasta that day. She got me a pasta maker, so I made some pasta.
Nice.
It was lit.
Okay.
And then I took an edible, and that was probably a mistake at like 8 o'clock. I probably should have waited a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because I was like, just, oh shit, okay, what time is it? 10:40. Damn. But yeah, once it got to like 11:55 or whatever, we switched off the Netflix. We watched the ball drop, which was very weird. I don't know if you guys watch it.
Yeah, it was weird.
In New York,
I missed it this year.
There was some lady. She was basically performing for nobody and Planet Fitness. And then
what?
And then the ball dropped, and I was like, all right, we're going to bed.
It's all very bizarre. We turned it on for like 10 minutes and was just like, all right.
I don't know what's happening. It was like Lakers colors and LSU colors, and very, very strange.
Man.
Yeah.
No, I tried to
you
watch.
You turned up, right, A-Quil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean, as much as you can turn up in the house. Did a online stream. Went from originally went from 9 p.m. Central Time to 3 a.m. So got a solid 6 hours in, and then towards the end we were trying to figure out clearly, 2 o'clock for us. So midnight was the West Coast New Year's, and we were trying to figure it out since I was going an extra hour who was next. And I jokingly said Hawaii, which I was off. And somebody was like, "Nah, Alaska will be next, but Hawaii is like 2 hours away." So I was joking like, "Y'all want to go to Hawaii?" And we had a few folks like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, fuck it, let's go." So we went till 4. We went till 4 a.m. We was tired, but it was fun. It was cool. And my wife, want to shout her out. She was providing the drinks. She was saying she was a bottle service girl, and she was helping spread info. So I appreciated it. I felt bad though because we didn't get a chance to take a picture together. I was dressed up and I had my tux jacket on, but I kept switching my A-Quil t-shirts just to be whatever. And I had some track pants on. The whole theme of it was half formal, half pajama, jammy jam type deal. But she was dressed up, had a real nice dress on, but she didn't want to be on the stream, which I get. But we would we always kiss at midnight. So I was like, all right, we're going to do it for every time zone because I'm streaming. So we got through East Coast, Central, and maybe Mountain Time she was still up, but by the time West Coast came on, she was in the bed knocked out. So I just kissed her arm.
She the West Coaster. It's messed up.
Yeah, her mom was up though. Madre, she stayed up the whole time, man. She's still in California, so she was rocking. So shout out Madre, appreciate you.
Right.
Shout out.
So we got it in, had a good time for the stream. But yeah, I was saying I caught a little bit of the ball drop because I was trying to time it so I could, get a nice countdown going. And I'm switching to that streaming, but the stream got behind. So when I'm looking at the clock, like I know we got like maybe 20 seconds left. The stream was like a minute 37. I was like, fam.
Yeah. Mine was way behind.
Yeah. So I just gave up. I was like, we're not going to have an official countdown. I'm trash for that. Just count it down to your house and we'll just say Happy New Year at some point, So, but no, it was fun. Had a good time. I had a Zoom link. People was in there dancing around a little bit, kind of in and out, just so you could see some interaction. You know what I'm saying? So,
even if you watched it live on TV, there's still like a 7 or 8 second delay.
It wasn't remotely accurate.
Yeah, and it's fine. It all worked out. We all had a good time. So I saw you guys, Alibi, and the wife had popped in for a second, so appreciate it.
Tried. Yep. Try to stay up late.
Yeah, man. What about you, Jewel? What'd you do? Turn your mic off mute, Jewel. Mic off mute. We'll come back. He's still working on his answers. So,
his answers are always like Steelers related. So.
They are, or just wait till we finish and be like, "Oh, that shit was trash." And it's like, all right, man, that's what's up, man. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions at all?
No,
not really.
No.
I mean, sometimes I have some things, but this year I ain't even getting all of that. I feel like 2020 ain't going nowhere, man. I feel like we trying to move on, and 2020 is like.
Oh yeah,
2020's
resolution is to catch our asses in 2021.
Yeah, like 2020 is not finished with us yet.
Yeah,
so we trying. So no, and that was a combo folks would have like before, like even months back, where it's like I know folks want to be done with 2020, but it ain't done with you. Rona ain't done with you. So
yeah. I never
on the calendar.
I was never into that. Basically, what I try to do is I try to stick with the momentum that I have for like the previous year and just build on it. So it's not like a resolution thing. Like I resolve to do better than I did last year. I think we all want to do that anyway. Like we want to do that day after day, just keep getting better as humans and as parents and in our communities
spouses
and stuff like that.
Friends,
so that's exactly that's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to be better. And if I can do more of a certain thing, then I'm gonna do it. But I'm not like resolving to read more. It's just like I'm gonna read. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's like, do you necessarily even need that sort of motivation to do it? Just go do it. And I get some folks do, but
yeah, they do. Because
just do it.
For them, I think for a lot of people, it's actually like it's like a complete, 180, flip the script. I'm gonna turn my life around, and you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna cut out all the bullshit, and
never works.
It just.
But it'd be funny because it's like I'm gonna wait like 3 more weeks.
You're not gonna cut out all the bullshit,
right?
but I'm gonna be on the bullshit for at least another 2 months.
You might cut out some of the bullshit for like.
It's still October, man.
It is. Yeah.
I don't.
Nah, you got to start. I mean, and I'm not knocking. You got to start somewhere, but I do think it's funny. It's like don't wait till the calendar year changes to be like, all right, I'm gonna implement all these changes. But,
yeah, waiting to January to do anything is trying.
Every day is a new year. Yeah. And every day is another year, technically.
Yeah.
So, whenever you get around to starting new things, like start them up.
Absolutely.
And shout out to the people that did decide January 1st would be their reset. And
yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm
just saying, don't wait. You never know when your time is. So
yeah.
I realize that I'm making myself conscious of this when I'm trying to segue. I would say with that said, so if every time I say with that said in this episode, you guys feel free to drink. I'm never opposed to taking shots at myself.
Oh man, I gotta drive after this. I'll put like an IOU in my notes.
Word.
And I'll do it later.
The with that said shot counter. Bing.
There's one right there.
Yeah, I know. So try not to say that word. Do you guys ever do anything at the end of the year? Like I used to do, I would look back at the year and see like what kind of happened, what kind of evolved. Was like there Uncle any Murder? Sort of theme? No, not a year wrap up. Yo,
he played him this year.
Yo, did he do one? I didn't listen to it.
No, he dropped a mixtape called the wrap up, and folks thought that they was getting the wrap up, and they got the mixtape, and folks was like, "Nah, we don't want this. We want the wrap
up." Yo, that's fucked up though.
It is.
Like that much stuff happened where he actually probably had to make an individual song for like each thing. Like a lot of shit happened in 2020.
A lot.
Yo, that's bogus. So then the Skills do one?
I don't know, man. I didn't check for it this year. That's a good question, though.
I mean, how long do you think that song would be?
This year?
An entire album worth. It would definitely be an entire album worth. So I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at that strategy, but I still always feel like he took it from Skills. I mean, folks can say differently, but I always look at Skills first. I think he did it better, but you said you don't look for Skills to do it?
No, I usually do. But just this year I didn't. I'm cool. I don't want to wrap up. I don't want a year in review.
we don't need that this year.
It's going to be very sad. It's gonna be very sad.
I mean, my personally, it's cool. Like, but you know, I don't need to rehash all the losses we've taken.
It's gonna be mad like Rona and like Zoom, like rhyme schemes and metaphors, man.
Pretty much.
Man.
So I start the year the same every year for the last 18 years.
Let's get into that, man.
So my first meal of every year is White Castles.
So not Black Eyed Peas, White Castles.
Nah. I mean, I have Black Eyed Peas too. We had that late last night. But my first meal is always White Castles.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
I've never had White Castle.
That's insanity.
Like ever. Never in life?
But they don't have one in Boston, though, do they?
Well,
no,
that's what
they don't. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't have like a lot of shit. Because I remember, I think it was like 2012, maybe. I remember I still had my motorcycle, and they opened up a Sonic within maybe 10 miles of where I live, and I was like, I'm going to get some Sonic. Yep. Never had it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it wasn't worth it, but at least I had
it. Hey, they got tater tots on the menu, so I'm not mad at Sonics.
They're all right. But they weren't like fire worth, driving 10 miles for.
No, It's great when everything's shutting down, though, and you got a little liquor in the system.
Yeah. I'm jonesing for some White Castle though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
if you come out this way, we got you, man.
Yeah.
Crave cake was the crate or the case is 100. Which one?
That would be the crate. The crate is 100. Yeah.
We will bless you, Survival, with the crate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm salty, man. You had the little White Castle boombox popping, man, the sauce and all that.
Lit.
you was out there dripping on it, man.
Yeah, man. I had to do it right this year,
Man, I envy you because I don't get to, one of the compromises of marriage, I don't get to bring White Castles in the house, man. So,
oh man, you taking an L, man.
Taking an L. I gotta when I go on drives and run my errands. That's when I get to go sneak some White Castles.
Man,
does she check the car for like White Castle crumbs?
I don't open the door.
What you got going on there in the driver's seat?
You can smell them. I'm sure the whips still smell like it right now.
I'll probably come in the house like smell the whole house up like fam. Yeah. Nope, straight to the laundry room. Well, yeah, man. Good old Castles, bro.
Super nice. So, 18 years strong, and we got it in, man.
How did that start?
Honestly, so I think in like 2002, 2003, we were all out kicking it, and we were hungry, man, and looking for some place to eat, and every single place we went to was like closed.
Yep.
And
it was like what, 1 or 2 years before Harold and Kumar.
Yep.
Yep. Just let the record reflect.
We've been on White Castles.
Because then we pile up in my whip.
I'm one of them years for sure.
Yeah, because that's when I had the Nissan, and we had way too many people packed in that mug.
Yeah, that was one year. I don't think that was the first year, but we definitely piled in your. We definitely were like 6 deep in your car one year.
Yeah,
I think you were a sober driver, and the rest of us were in the back, drunk, demanding White Castles.
Drunk and annoying. I remember I wanted some Castle too, but it was like, yo, y'all gotta relax. You're like, we gotta get the fucking dub. I'm like,
so no, but so they were. I think our options were like Hardee's, which is Hardee's here, Carl's if you're somewhere else.
Oh, never had that either.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, and so it was that or like White Castle.
We were
like,
get your fast food up, man.
Yeah, man. So White Castles it was, and we've been doing it ever since. So the kids are on board now, so they were excited.
You pass it down to the next generation.
Oh yeah, man. Nice. It's all about life's about weird, traditions, man.
What's up with Massachusetts like not having the?
What do y'all have though?
Yeah,
you know
y'all gotta have something.
I mean, I think we have regular shit like McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King and Wendy's.
Yeah.
Heard of those?
But we didn't have Dunkin' Donuts here for a long time either.
We didn't have Dunkin' Donuts. We didn't have Sonics. We didn't have those.
Yeah, they're just starting to pop up a little bit.
I think Dunkin's is out of Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. So they're like
Mark. Shout out to Mark. He's correct. The jalapeno cheeseburger.
High Rise, what up, man? Tell my cousin stop binge watching Cobra Kai, man. I ain't started it yet. He wild out of.
Is that why it's number one on Netflix now?
Like New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and everybody's been binging it. I'm trying not to, have no spoilers, but yeah, man. Mm-hmm. So Nas,
let's get to Nas, man.
Enough of the dub. I like the dub, but let's get into this album.
Yeah,
to a degree, that is. Because if you listen to the episode, you would know how deep we dove into this album. You would know if we gave it a classic or not. Again, sometimes we spoil it, sometimes we don't. I usually don't. Usually Jewel, he might spoil it, but
I spoiled one.
He can't.
I'm gonna keep it.
You spoiled
keep it low today.
And actually, if you listen to the episode, that's why he has a nickname Jewel. We were talking about him not having a nickname, and I asked if he ever had one. And he said because folks a few folks in Boston, a few folks in DC, Baltimore, I'm sorry, and DC, they couldn't pronounce his name Joel, so they'd call him Jay for short, or a few people called him Jewel, and then we just kind of ran with it from there. So if you see him out, if you see him online, hit him up, just call him Jewel, man. He's Jewel now. There's no more Joe Edwards. Joe Edwards is dead. at least until he can talk and defend himself, it's Jewel. Yep. It's Jewel time today. But we talked about Nas. It was written, so that's why I got to rock the New York Mets to Queens. Shout out to Queensbridge.
See what Nas. I got.
I see you. I see you.
I never have the artist merch on ever.
I don't have a Nas shirt. I was like, I looked for one, but there was none that was super compelling outside of like having an album cover. I was like, but I like yours though. So I just went with the Yankee. I mean, not the Yankees. The Mets. Queens. Yo, Queens is my third home. No disrespect. Southside Jamaica, Queens. I used to take the bus off of Mirror. I'm there. Trust me. With the Mets, baby.
You was on Jamaica Ave?
I was actually on Jamaica Ave. Unlike Lou. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But so we chose to do It Was Written because, we love that album. But it's, always debated if it's a classic or not. And Illmatic is widely accepted as a classic. So we don't want to do the short shot. We want to do the ones that are debated. So we talked about It Was Written. This was also the third episode that we rotated hosts. I was the host.
How'd you like hosting?
I'll tell you this. I like how you and Survival felt, pretty good and comfortable and, great. You guys did a great job. I felt nervous as shit. And it's different from now because doing these live, what is this, the 7th live? And then since that episode, I won't spoil it too much, but we're clearly way ahead in our podcast episodes. So at that time when we recorded that episode, I had less experience. And I mean, clearly we're, as artists, we all have performed, in front of stages, in front of 10 people, 5, 50, 100, whatever. So it's different, when you're performing your material, per se. This is just, me sitting here talking, and I think I was a little nervous, and I wanted to make sure I represented properly because I love this album so much. And I did a lot of, fact finding and yada, yada. And I feel like in the process, I was so fixated on just making sure like the facts came out good and making sure I was just very informed about what I was talking about.
You didn't want to disappoint Jungle?
I did not want to disappoint Jungle or let Nas down, man, or Horse.
Yeah.
So
especially Horse.
Especially. So yeah, I felt a little nervous, man, and I felt like my energy as the host could have been better because I was so fixated on information and making sure I was transitioning okay that I wasn't having as much fun. And it felt like, and I think we all had our moments where we did have fun, but I feel like sometimes a host, you kind of set the tone for energy. And the pod felt a little, I was just listening back to it, and it felt a little more serious than normal, I guess. And again, I could be inside my own head because I'm my worst critic, but that's how it felt when I listened to it. Other folks might listen to it and think, no, it was great. It was it was very informal and yada yada. And, but that's just how I felt watching my, from the outside looking into myself. But but since then, of course, like doing these live, that episode would have been way different with this experience now versus back then. But I enjoyed it. I do think, Jewel is I do like him when he's host. Honestly, like I think he just does a great job of it. And I think we all did great jobs, but I just think it's more of a natural fit when he's hosting. Nothing wrong with that. We all play our parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, but we had to talk about some Nas. And I was being mad safe, yo. I was being mad. That's the other part. I was so wanting to make sure everything was good. I was being safe. We talked about was Nas the top 5 rapper, top 3, and I was being all safe. Man, fuck all that, man. Nas is top 2 ever. That's my dude, man. So I'm here. I'm with the shits now. I'm comfortable now. So we talked about that, and we talked about, if It Was Written was a better album than Illmatic. And I'm one of those people in that camp. So if you listen to the episode, but I'm in that camp. I always thought It Was Written was better than Illmatic, and I'm down to discuss that. But I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. I'm doing. We here.
You're wrong, but I respect it.
It's a lot of people that's wrong like me then, and I guarantee you can make a great argument why it is better. But they're both great albums for sure.
He had a pretty, and I think we were going to talk about this, illustrious start to his rap career.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a lot of critical acclaim. No album sold.
You can argue what you want about his third album, but the first 2 are very, very highly regarded, and I don't think there are a lot of people in hip hop who had the hot start that he had. You know what I mean? Some people kind of hit it and get lucky with their freshman joint, and then they fall off with their sophomore. But yeah, I mean, you could see the kind of consistent wave that he was going to be riding, through the years when he just had, that presence, and he aligned himself with the right people, made good songs. He stayed pretty true to, himself and his hood. I think outside of, the joint with Lauryn Hill, the commercial success, it was like, you know what I mean? He stayed like relatively street and had 2 street classics.
Yeah, I think I did a good job of balancing it for him. And I don't know if we did or didn't do justice to the conversation and the importance of him having like a great follow-up album, right? Like I can't recall but there was a lot of pressure on him to how are you going to follow up Illmatic, right?
Absolutely.
How are you going to follow up an album that's regarded as one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time? And I think they did a good job, and props to Steve Stout and the track masters of kind of helping him balance that and finding that kind of sweet spot, because I agree with y'all. I don't think it's a commercial album. But a lot of people were concerned when you hear Trackmasters. It's like, all right, well, where are we going with this?
Right.
You know, where are we going? Are we going to? Are we chasing number one records here? You know, what's the plan? And people didn't want that from Nas. You know,
Right.
But again, I think I did a good job of kind of finding that sweet spot.
So do you think that, because we did touch on a little bit with the podcast, but how important was that relationship with Steve Stout then to oversee that production? Because, you know, his original plan was to do something with Marley Marl.
Yeah.
And it's like, with Steve Stout being so intricate, let's say he was able to go with that original plan, does he sell the same amount of albums that he did with Marley Marl?
I don't. That's a great question. I doubt it. I think he may have had like another. Marley Marl's a dope producer too. He may have had like another highly acclaimed album, you know. But the commercial success, and that's the thing. Like, so Steve Stout didn't want Nas to be like Kool G Rap, right? He didn't want him.
What does that mean?
So, you know, if you're not familiar with Kool G Rap, like he's kind of G-Rap's like the street rap god. You know what I mean? Like if you rap about drugs and crime, G-Rap is like the dude who did it best when it comes to kind of this New York style of rap, like just New York street rap, right? He's the godfather for all of that. And he's acclaimed. He's had critically acclaimed albums, but they haven't sold records. Like even as we're saying G-Rap, most people probably would struggle to name a song or two from G-Rap that aren't really into that kind of, you know, New York street music. You know what I mean? And so Steve Stout really wanted to make an album and a project that would help him sell records. You know what I mean? And help him become more of a household name. There was never any question of could he rap, you know? But can we get something that's going to appeal more to a broader base of listeners, you know? And they had the formula. And it's even interesting reading about how they kind of spoon-fed Nas to get him more comfortable, you know? They didn't just leap right in with If I Rule the World with Lauryn Hill. They didn't start there, right? They started in his wheelhouse and they kind of built their elements up, just using more melodies and things of that nature. And Nas probably don't get enough credit for that either. I mean, I can't think of a lot of rappers that were singing their hooks prior to this. You know what I mean? Like Street Dreams, him singing the hook on Street Dreams, there wasn't a lot of harmony. Yeah. I'm not saying he is the first, but there certainly wasn't a lot. And he didn't catch flack for that. Like nobody was like, oh, this dude's singing the hook. Like nobody.
I think it's that difference of, I won't say singing. We don't look at that as singing. It's more of a, like, I guess holding a note, or I was going to say harmonizing.
He was harmonizing, but I mean, we don't, you know, for all the flack that later we would give MCs for doing this. Oh, he's singing. You know what I mean?
He rode the melody, which is like by definition singing. So,
but it's funny we look at those.
It's a good point. Like I don't know if he was immune from it.
Yeah.
for whatever reason, but I've never heard anyone give him any flack ever about that. Like I think really where we started giving some of the rappers flack was like that early like Ja Rule era, you know, early 2000s, where it's like
I feel like he was full on crooning.
Yeah, definitely.
So that I was like, definitely.
Okay. Strong vocal cords, like, bro.
Doing duets.
Over there trying to outsing Ashanti. It's like, it's not a battle, bro. Let her play her position.
So let me ask y'all this while we're here. So does Nas have is this the greatest sophomore album, the greatest follow-up album?
I'm saying yes until further notice. So without any notes and preparation, I'm just jumping out the window and saying yes.
Well, I mean,
it ain't Mace double up.
I would probably refute that just based on some of the scores. Like I'm not looking at any of the scores. I know what they are.
Right.
Of stuff that we've done.
Okay, I see where you're
I
going.
mean, there's some.
There's
okay, top. Well, I'll say top 3.
But I mean, it's definitely up there. Definitely.
I mean, and when we talk about other MCs that we regard that highly, right? Like this is definitely better than Jay-Z's sophomore album, right? This is better than Volume 1.
Yep.
I would say is it better than Drake?
I'm gonna say yes, and
Take
I've never
Care.
heard a Drake album at this point.
Drake was I hate Drake, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's better than Take Care. So I made a list of I made a little list of sophomore albums.
All right. High Rise in the chat. High Rise in the chat said Life After Death.
That's on the list.
Okay, cool.
It should be.
Life After Death would be up there in the top 3.
Wait. So are we saying that we're saying these are albums that the sophomore is better than the original? So we're saying Life After Death is better than Ready to Die, for example?
No, we are saying best sophomore album.
Okay. Yeah. So not
the best follow-up artist, best follow-up album from an artist in hip-hop history.
I'm with you then. I'm with you. Okay.
So I would put Life After Death up there, and I have a few others just for conversation's sake, right?
Okay.
So and we'll try to bounce a little bit from kind of newer to older. So Cypress Hill, Black Sunday is a pretty well-known, well-respected. I think people would probably lean to Black Sunday before they go to their debut album. Tribe Called Quest, the Low End Theory. I would argue the low end theory is probably, it's better than People's Instinctive, but in terms of like the Pantheon, that's a really good follow-up album. T.I., Trap Music.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's a really good follow-up album. Kanye, Late Registration.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that one.
Yep, I'll give him that.
Common, Resurrection, not largely viewed as, but it was his follow-up.
Yeah, because isn't the first Can I Borrow a Dollar?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I would agree with that. Common sense.
Yes. Fugees.
Oh, yes.
The Score is a follow-up.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, because I liked Nappy Heads and Vocab, but the rest of the album is not great. Yeah. But I got it. But yeah, so I agree with that.
Yeah. One album that we've already reviewed, Death Certificate, is a follow-up
to America's Most.
Yep.
I'm with that.
And one more, The Infamous.
Yeah, because people always,
Infamous.
People always think
Mark has another good one in the chat. He said AT Aliens.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And
of course, you know how I feel about AT Aliens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if not,
wait, and he said MOP Fire.
I got Firing Squad on my list too.
I got Fire. Is it nice? But no, but Bounce was gonna find a way to work MOP into the chat.
Hey, me too.
Anytime he's on here, and I'm with you.
Me and Bounce loved them OPs, man. That's my favorite rap group of all time, man.
I'm with you. I just always think, I love that he keeps the spirit alive. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Couple others real quick. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City is that's a follow up. Section 80 would have been his debut.
Section 80 is the actual album.
Yes, Section 80 is an album. That's not a mixtape.
I always thought it was a mixtape. So why did it?
It's an album.
Okay.
I think it was an independent. I think sometimes people don't view it that way. It may have been independent. I believe though it was still on TDE.
Okay, I won't do that. Like I don't care if you made the album before you were signed to your quote unquote major. Yeah. Okay. No, I just thought it was a mixtape.
Redman, There's a Dark Side.
Oh, great album.
Another great follow up. So, but all that said, I would say that this is up there. I think It Was Written can hold its own with all the albums that we mentioned. Whether it's number one or not, it's up for debate.
Another discussion. So then, who are some of the sophomore slumps then? Real quick. We already mentioned the Mace Double Up. Would you say that? I said it joking earlier. Would you say that DMX? What's the second one? Flesh of My Flesh. Would you say that's a flop or is that cool?
I thought it was
I
cool.
like
I don't think
Slippin's
it was
on
a flop.
Slippin. Well, it sold like, and
It
Slippin was
definitely sold.
huge.
Definitely
But
sold.
the album in totality.
I don't
I
think
liked
it's
it.
a great album, but go ahead, Stefan.
No. I don't. I didn't have a problem with it, but I don't think it would stand up next to "It Was Written."
No.
Okay.
Supreme Clientele, that's another good one, Mark. Ghostface follow
I
up.
like that album.
Oh
No, he was
word.
saying as another
okay. I was about to say
follow-up.
Follow-up.
I thought he meant like a sophomore
yeah.
slump. I was about to that album.
Oh yeah, then let's keep it going. We'll call it either a great album or a slump.
No. I like the slump part. Let's shit on some people. You're being too nice.
What we're here to do.
Exactly. Who else we got out there? Well, we mentioned Ja Rule earlier. His second
what was his
what?
second album called?
I think it was that Rule 316.
Okay, yeah, because
50.
The Massacre.
Massacre
Was second.
Terrible.
They had just a little bit on it.
It's a bad.
It had a little bit Disco Inferno, and something else. I like those, but yeah, the album as a whole wasn't. No, I think that was the album where he did like a video for each song, if I'm not mistaken. So I appreciated that concept attempt, but it didn't make the songs, better. But I just like the creativeness of that.
Cassidy.
Are you asking if it was a slump?
No, I know. I'm telling you, it was a slump. I don't have to ask. Shit was terrible.
Oh no. Who else we got out there?
Interesting.
I'm doing some research as we talk. So
most
Def. Wait a minute.
No. I was gonna say most folks from Wu-Tang Clan, because like if you think about
Immobilarity was terrible.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Forever versus
the individual albums that
Wu-Tang Forever.
Like there were probably 4 of them in a row that were fire.
Yeah. Man. Woo.
Wu-Tang Forever though. Woo.
Yeah.
Who's another sophomore? Because I said Mos Def. So Black on Both Sides was the first solo. What came after that? I just remember Al. What was the one with the album cover where he's jumping?
No, that's the Ecstatic. So that was the third. The second one was the New Danger. New Danger. I would consider that a flop.
Yeah.
I mean, it was going to be hard to follow up Black on Both Sides, but
yeah, Black on Both Sides is hard.
What do you guys actually think about In My Lifetime Volume 1?
I don't think
it's a flop.
No, it's solid.
It's solid.
And that's in hindsight.
It's not up to the it doesn't reach the level of critical acclaim. I don't even think it reaches near the level of critical acclaim that Reasonable Doubt did, right? So I mean, by definition, you know what I mean? Semantics.
I think it was regarded as a flop when it came out.
It was disappointing.
It was a disappointing follow-up, but I think over time, that album's pretty good. Like in retrospect, like once you get the real commercial attempts out of the way, because it's only like 14, 15 songs. Once you get those 3 or 4 out of the way, I Know What Girls Like, You Belong to the City, like Sunshine, like you take those songs off, like it's a solid project, man.
Yeah.
What was that, Joe? Oh,
I think he said "You Belong to the City" is his favorite song.
Oh, okay.
Why are we hating? He said stop hating. He said stop hating on the Sunshine video. He's texting me right now because of his mic's not working.
Jay-Z is the king of New York?
I think he said. I think he did say that Jay was better than Big and not the closest.
Oh man, not the closest one.
Jewel, you wilding today, Jewel?
Wow,
what's going on, man?
That's crazy.
Oh man. So to bring it back, because you know that Biggie, Jay, it was a Biggie, Jay, Nas. That was always a discussion on who's the greatest. So bringing it back to Nas for a second, was there anything else from the episode that we missed or that we need to like recant, because I one thing I also learned from doing a lot of these, and I understand a lot of other podcasters, when it's just us talking and you're saying stuff, even with all the information in front of your face or just kind of going off of memory, straight from your brain out your mouth, sometimes you say stuff that is not all the way accurate, but it's accurate in your recent memory, and then you have a second to think. It's like, oh, actually, that's not right. So I say that because on the podcast episode, we've had a couple of times where we've mentioned something and it was a little bit off, or like I told Alibi I was going to mess with him because as I'm going back to Nas, we're going back to Jay because they're always linked. But on the we were talking about Nas being a better artist than Jay. So I'm bringing this up for two reasons because I want to expand on that. Mm-hmm. But Alibi had said that you never heard Jay uncomfortable on a song. And I remember laughing because I was like, oh, there's a song we're going to get into at some point. And Jay was very uncomfortable. So, but the reason why that was said was we were talking about the artist debate versus MC debate. And what I was trying to use that at was to say, because Nas, he doesn't have the range that Jay has, like as we had also mentioned. You hear him on a lot of tracks that are within that, like, 86, like high 80s, low 90s BPM range. That's his comfort zone. And I think that was a big knock of Nas's album with Kanye. Kanye had him in some other pockets, and he clearly, that was like not his range. So it's like, what Nas does, just let him be in his pocket and do him. So in that retrospect, like I see what Alibi was saying, where it's like, Jay is more versatile in that way. But the point I was making, I guess, was as when I say he's a better artist, I meant in regards to the way he tells songs or does songs, tell those stories, the in-depth way that he, paints these pictures. I think he's better at that than Jay. That's more what I was trying to get at when I was trying to say.
I think he's also been consistent for longer. Because if you if you look at what was the last project that Jay dropped? Was it 444? Just by himself.
Yeah.
So put that up against and now I'm forgetting the project that Nas just dropped.
King's Disease.
King's Disease.
Yes, King's Disease. So they're both I think Jay is a little bit older, so Nas is late 40s.
Yeah, he's late 40s.
Jay is 51.
Yep.
If you just look at like some of the stuff that they're doing later in their career, and just like the general, consistency, because they both have a myriad of albums, and they've done the crew shit. They've had like a really similar like career path in terms of some of the stuff that they did. I just think Nas has been a little bit more consistent in terms of not letting Nas down. Like, and I used the most recent example, the 444 versus King's Disease, because I really like King's Disease. And
it's a good album.
I think it's probably better than 444. I don't know. I guess it's debatable.
I can't say yet. I haven't heard it yet.
You ain't heard King's Disease?
Oh man,
a couple songs. I know. I want to make. I want to make time for it. I want to make time for it.
Yeah, I would say lyrically, it's much better than 444. I think the content in hearing Jay be introspective is great, but lyrically, Jay hasn't been Jay for a decade.
Yeah,
he has his moments, but I don't think Nas has ever. I don't think he's ever really taken a step back lyrically. So with Nas, it's more as the do we like the production or not?
Yeah, and his hooks.
Yep. Well, yeah. His Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see where that plays in. Well then, let me ask you this: where do you rank? Like, because I feel like with Jay that we had a discussion of his top three, whatever the order you put them in, but people say Reasonable Doubt, Black Album, and Blueprint. That's just kind of whatever your order is, but that's the consensus. How do you rank Nas's albums? So he's got, let's see,
a lot of projects. He got
Illmatic.
It was
written.
Nas, I Am Nostradamus. Are we counting the Firm album?
No.
I mean, are we counting Best of Both Worlds?
No. Well, but with the Jay-Z.
I mean,
Rock
even if you do, it's not going to be in top 3 because of so.
Rock La Familia, I think is you kind of count that, but they just threw his name on there because it's so it would sell.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got that. Nostradamus. Stillmatic was after that.
Yep. Stillmatic. You got Stillmatic, Godson, Street's Disciple, Hip Hop is Dead.
Yep.
You got the Untitled album.
You know what that title is.
Yeah. Then you got you get his collabo with Damian Marley.
Yeah, Distant Relatives. I got that.
Then you get Life is Good, Nasir, and King's Disease. For me,
we're not talking about lost tapes and all that stuff. That doesn't count.
No. So for me, I would say Illmatic. It was written, and probably Godson. I think I like Godson better than I like Stillmatic. Stillmatic's a great album. They're similar though. I mean, I could be swayed one way or another, but that would be my top 3.
Top 3 for Nas? Okay.
Yeah.
For me. I mean, somebody else.
I'm sort of with you. I would probably sub into Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But again, like to your point, I think they're roughly equivalent, like in terms of like how good they are and content and all that stuff.
And kind of where they fall flat. I think they fall flat like in the same parts of the album. You kind of get like 2/3 of the way through, and then it's kind of like
Yep.
I can't agree with A-Quil. I think Illmatic is his best album. And I was I think I fell into the Spotify like rabbit hole one day, and he has like this dope Illmatic project that he did with some symphony maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
That shit was
crazy.
Yeah.
With the New York Philharmonic.
Yeah.
That
was ill.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think I'm gonna go Illmatic. It was written. It's that toss between Godson and Stillmatic. I'm gonna go with Stillmatic for now, only because I know I've listened to it more. I love Godson too. It's close. No, you know what though? I'm mad close to going to the Untitled album. I'm keeping it a buck. I like that album a lot, and I don't think people rock with it as much. I like that album, man.
I don't not like it. I think that production is pretty bad, like at times. There's some really good songs on there that I like, and then there's some songs where I'm like, I don't know why.
Queens Get the Money. You Can't Stop Us Now. Breathe.
Yeah, You Can't Stop Us is great. Breathe is great.
Hero's
Fried
great.
Chicken. I like Fried Chicken. I'm
Sly
not a
Fox.
Hero fan.
I like Hero.
I don't like the production on Sly Fox.
Why don't you like Hero? I mean, it's clearly it's Polo, so it's dated in that sense of Polo had that sound.
Yeah, just the production. I didn't like the production then. I don't like it now.
Okay.
I like
Project Roach. Project Roach on there. Fun. We're Not Alone. Black President.
That song's terrible.
Which one?
We're Not
Alone. You don't like We're Not Alone?
No, I don't. That dude with his best Michael Jackson attempt on a hook, I'm good. Black President, like it's all right. It's not bad.
In retrospect, though, like years later, I'm like, I think it wears off now that I guess the novelty of having the first black president is worn off. So I'll go back, but I'll hold strong with Stillmatic. I Am, and it was written. I'll hold strong with those. And I think that's the thing with Nas's albums, man. Like there's not a huge gap between maybe at least the top 5, if you want to say. Like there's not a huge gap. You can.
I think he only has one. I think he maybe only has like 1 or 2 really not good albums.
Yeah, if you want to say like
Nostradamus is not good.
Street's Disciple.
I don't mind Street's Disciple as much as other people like don't like it. I think it's a double album. You're gonna have a lot of not good songs with a double album. but I actually didn't dislike that album as much as other people did. The Nasir album would be.
Yeah, I guess do we have to count that? I listened to the one song. I did not. I was not excited for Nas and Kanye. I wasn't.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's short and bad, which is crazy.
That's pretty insane.
I don't understand what the. Was there some like analytics thing that he was trying to like beat an algorithm with the 7-song thing? Like, what was that about?
Because
he was doing that.
Yeah,
he was doing that with like everyone in Good Music that year.
Yeah,
or for the 2-year duration or whatever.
Yeah, all I heard was "Cop Shot the Kid." That was it.
It's not a good album. To answer Survival, your question about the algorithm, I have no idea, man. Who knows what Kanye was thinking? He could have been thinking seven is a godly number for all we know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's not a good album, no. And it's largely because of the production is not great. And then just the pocket that Nas was in too, like just as that's the thing. Like Nas, we know that he excels kind of in that mid-tempo space, and he didn't necessarily seem comfortable on that album. And then some of the stuff too, the content, I was just not with. I don't need to hear like a 45-year-old dude rapping about his sexual exploits. Like I've mentioned that before. I'm generally good on hearing about rappers' sex lives.
And your friends.
Yeah. That too, but like at just the age that Nas is at, I'm like, I don't know if we need this from you. Like, I don't need to hear that you're into BDSM. I'm all right.
I'll feel you on that. Okay, so if that's how we're kind of doing the general ranking of albums, what about individual songs? I thought this was interesting. Came across a link. So this was before King's Disease. This dude ranked all of Nas's songs, 188 songs.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Yeah, I'm gonna just read a few. I gotta pull it back up again, but I'll read a few and just tell me if you think it should go higher on the list or down the list. We'll at least do that for a little bit.
All right. If what goes around is not in the first 5, then this whole list is trash. But go ahead.
Well, in the meantime, I want to get Jules' thoughts on this. Tell us, Jules, what you think about Nas's top albums?
Oh, you're focusing on Sunday? Okay. All right. We'll come back to you then.
All right.
Get your mic working, man. What the hell? Well, we might have to do a poll question. Where do you think Jules is? Is he really is he really here?
You saw it deleted my comment. An idiot.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark.
Where's Jewel? We'll do Where's Jewel? Like Where's Waldo?
Exactly.
Yeah. Just be in different cities with the Steeler hat on. Got to look for it.
Yeah. Mark also said, back to our other conversation, that Do You Want More? Roots was a great sophomore follow-up album.
It was.
You rock with that?
And I forgot to say The Dogfather was a huge disappointment.
Yeah, Dogfather was definitely a flop.
Doggy Style.
Yep. That's a flop.
What was on that album?
I mean, they pretty much all have
Snoop's Upside Your Head, man.
Oh, Lord.
And I believe a remake of The Vapors.
Oh, Lord.
We didn't need that.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, here we go. I got to pull it up finally. So thank y'all for helping me stall.
Yeah, you got it.
So running through this list, it starts at 188 and then goes.
Let's start at the top and go the other way.
Yeah. I'll reveal the number one song at the end.
Yeah.
But number 188 was "Big Girl" off of Nostradamus as the worst Nas song of all time.
That song's pretty bad with Nas singing.
Another one.
That was like his version of Player Hater. Hey, speaking of big girls. Speaking of big girls.
This is my daughter.
Hey,
speaking of big girls.
She wanted to come say that. What was that? You hate the Steelers? Yeah, she hates the Steelers. And Nas is a great rapper. Is Nas a great rapper? Okay. She said woof woof. I don't know what that means.
You're raising a fantastic daughter, man.
Okay.
She's good. She's set.
Bye.
Now we got to start at the top though, man. Big girl, that's fine with me.
All right.
But we got to go to like 5 if you don't
Every
want to give
5?
us number 1. No, I'm saying start near the top. So like, I want to hear. You don't have to start at 1, but I want to like let's hear what they got in the top 10.
Oh, okay. I got you. So top 5. So I'll give you number 5. Number 5 was Nas's Like. Number 5 all time.
All right.
You okay with that?
I like that. I like that track.
All right, that can be in the top 10.
Okay. I'm gonna jump around and I'll something else. We got NY State of Mind Part 2, ranked 55th.
That maybe I don't know. It's hard to believe 50. It's not in his top 50.
Not his top 50, man.
That's a little wild.
Okay.
I would say higher.
Higher? Survival?
I wasn't listening. Higher, sure.
Oh. All right. What about One Mic? That's at number 7.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sure.
It's pretty ill.
I got to see the whole top 10 in totality.
Yeah. It's hard to. It's probably fine where it is.
I'll have to send you guys this entire list. It's awesome. Ranked 108. Virgo.
With Dougie Fresh and Luda?
Yep, 108.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, I remember that song. Okay.
Sipping on Merlot.
And right above it at 100, or right below it at 109, Black Presidents with Jay-Z.
Black Republicans, you mean?
Yeah, Black Republicans.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
What did I say?
You said
Black President.
No, Black Republicans. I'm sorry.
Black Republicans is pretty
See,
bad.
Even your daughter laughed at that. She was like, "Huh."
She waved her finger. She said, "No, Black Republicans."
Well, let's get to the top 5 so we can get up out of here, man. Damn, we're at the hour mark already.
Yeah, man. Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Top 5.
Top 5 up. I think I froze. If y'all can hear me, or
we
hear me?
We got you. Let's go. Top 5.
Oh, well, here's the problem. All my stuff froze and I can't scroll. But Nas's Like is number 5.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you number 1 because my screen is stuck. It's some bullshit. Number 1 was it's back. Come on, man. I almost had to spoil that. It's this list. It's crazy. And now it's frozen. It's that list. You know what? It's that website. Your website's trash. List is great. Website's trash. Number 1 Nas song of all time was Illmatic, though. The original Illmatic intro.
He doesn't rap.
That's New York.
Okay.
Oh man, this thing is jumping around. It ain't hard to tell. Was number 6.
Now I want to know what's
back on track. Yo, this site sucks. I'm gonna find the list and just repost it. Let's do that, man.
All right.
This ain't.
That sounds good.
So let's get up out of here.
One of those old ass.
He doesn't rap on the Genesis though, so we're not doing that. And there's no song called Illmatic.
Yeah, it might have been. Let me retract that for a second so I can actually get the list because this thing is jacked up. I swear it said Illmatic for number 1. Like actual. That sounds like wait, what? Are you
just Illmatic? Like all right.
Yeah, I was like, fan. What do we?
Top 10 is Illmatic.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's my bad. It's my bad. Not Illmatic. NY State of Mind. NY State of Mind was.
Oh, okay.
The original. The original NY State of Mind. There we go.
I'd probably say One Love, but
yeah.
You know.
I don't mind it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at any of them.
Anyway, we're gonna get the whole list so we can put it up for y'all. I'll make it my personal responsibility since my stuff is just being trash right now. But let's get up out of here, because we all got New Year's hangover and need to go hang with our family. So that's why we're doing this on a Saturday instead of our typical Friday. I think at some point we'll be back on our regular schedule of Fridays. Now
we'll be back.
Holidays are over. Holidays are over. So A-Quil here with the wrap up. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you're checking us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Liner Note 79. We're on YouTube as well. Hit our YouTube channel. We have a link tree, so just hit that link tree. You can see us anywhere that you need to see us. And yeah, appreciate y'all for joining us. Alibi here, Survival, Joel, and or Jewel, excuse me. Alibi, Survival, A-Quil. We here and we out. Appreciate y'all. And until next time.
Say bye to everyone. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. She's not doing
We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.